Oh, wow, that went fast. Okay. So many points. I need 48 more thousand points. All right. I didn't do. I need to do Fortress 2 to get those extra points. Very tapped for resources. All right. Let's knock this stuff out. I leveled him. If you're just tuning in, don't worry. This is on the main account. I'm not. I have a lot of epics right now, so they are getting fed. And I'm out of brews. Before you guys tell me I should be using brews, I have used them all. I think that's everybody that's food at this point. I mean, I need to do this guy's food, but I don't have any of him. Alright, let's do some Iron Twins. Oh, okay, I need to test this team. We're going to test this team, the new team I made with Kyoko. We're going to test it on the one difficulty that I can't do the hardest stage on. So let's see how this goes. I'm checking my mercy. Are you guys? For those of you watching, can one of you do me a favor and just message me in chat? Just type something in chat because I don't see anything, and it could just be that you guys aren't saying anything, which is totally fine. I just want to make sure that it's working. All right, let's get the revive, and I think we're good. Yeah, there's the protect. Let's go! I don't know if, like, if you guys look, you can see, like, 3 minutes is what I usually get. And this was, like, almost 4. So to be able to get it down to 1 minute 18, and like I don't farm. I farm on Spirit. I was farming on this stage. So to be able to farm now on stage 15 again is, excuse me, is really really good. So uh that's going to be good resources for my account. Over on the other account, oops, that's not the other account. This is the challenge account, and I am just running as much dragon as I can. Oop, chat's working. Wait, I'm not even seeing my own test message. Yeah, man, that's so dumb. This is built so poorly. Okay. Hi, Eric. I see your message now. Thank you. I don't know why it does that. And it won't even let me drag it again. That's fine. Okay, I've got chat up now. I knew something fell off. Alright. I do still want to make sure this is, that could have been a fluke. I do get fluky wins on this difficulty, so. The big challenge that I face on this difficulty is that most of my teams are... Hell yeah. Most of my teams are Force Affinity, and my whole team is Force Affinity, and even my second healer for a while was Rector Draft, who's also Force Affinity, so the Spirit Affinity kicked my ass, but Kyoku seems to be doing a fine job here. And that video's done uploading. Boop, boop, boop. Free up some resources on the computer. Challenge, not for kids. Okay. All right. I'm going to do something in the Discord here. So, Raid Shadow Legends, general discussion, recruitment. Let's do... Missions for Roadblock. Okay. All right. So I added a new channel in the Discord for people that have questions. No! I didn't even see what happened. Probably the HP burn fell off, right? Hello, Mario. How are you? Alright, we'll get the revive off, right? We need her to ally protect again. Is she too slow? Nope, there it is. Okay, that should be enough to... Like, we're gonna die, but he'll die too. There we go. I mean, it's still not 100%, but if I only lose one, that's fine. If I'm losing, like, 5 of these guys, then it's a problem. Can't do anything with that. Okay. What's going on the other account? Yeah, still doing Dragon, of course. How's everybody doing tonight? HP burn's getting close here. That's fine. Actually, that's bad. Because we're going to waste the revive now before Kyoko dies. He died from the HP burn. Morning roadblock. Suggestion for masteries and get for Kaja for clan boss. Interesting. I'll have to look into Kaja when this multi-battle session is done. I've got 2 left. I'll take a look at Kaja and see what I would do with her. I have Timit, but I did not get Kaja. I was not lucky enough on her event. All right. One more. Oh, well, no, yeah. We gotta get this in. Once I get this in, I'll take a look at Kaja here. Also, in my Discord, I do have a... I just added a new section for questions. So you don't have to wait until I live stream if ever a question like that pops up. You can just put them in my Discord, and I will respond to them either in a question block episode or a regular video. I love that extra defense that pops up when she gets crit. That's so nice. Especially because it does the damage reduction for Pythion as well. Alright. Pretty decent little output there. Just checking. Yep, I can get one. And I am going to pop it here. Any extra monster coins will do. And there's the path. Chest plate to level 8. Let's knock that out. First thing, before I do that, don't let me forget that, guys, but let's take a look at Kaja. I don't have her. So she's a Banner Lords. Okay, so masteries to get for Kaja for Clan Boss. Heals this champion by 10% of their max HP on their A1. A2, revive all dead allies with 50% HP and turn meter. And it gives them crit rate and crit damage. I'm going to assume you don't have Timid, so I'm not going to read any of that stuff. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. Then places a block debuff on all allies for 1 turn. That's so strange that it's only for 1 turn. But a 3-turn cooldown for 20% turn meter is really good. All turn meter reduction effects are decreased by 50% when used against this champion. So for Clan Boss. You want her fast. She doesn't heal the team, so she's really only there as a reviver. I don't know if she can use this ability if allies are dead or not. A la Ursula? I couldn't remember her name. Because Ursula can do that, and that helps a lot. So if she can do it when allies are dead, that's a big if, because I just don't know the answer. Then she brings crit rate and crit damage, which are 2 buffs that are really good for Clan Boss. You could potentially build your champions with less crit rate. And then they would get that extra crit damage buff of 30%, right? So, again, this is a potential. Assuming you wouldn't do that, you would keep everyone 100%. Or rather, let's assume that she only uses this when there's at least 1 dead ally, and she cannot use it otherwise. I think you just want her fast as a turn meter filler. But truth be told, the block debuffs is really good too, because you're going to stop that stun. But it's only a 1-turn block debuffs, so you really need her to get this ability off. Yeah, it's kind of imperfect, because you want her to get this ability at the start so that she gives everybody else turn meter. But then you also want it right before Clan Boss's turn, kinda, so that you could block the stun or the slow or the poisons. I mean, I don't know. All right, but as far as masteries, I can't really look at masteries on her from this screen. So, okay, I'll show you on here. No, that's right. He has those. Who do I have that heals and does damage? Is it Rector Drath? No. Oella. That's right. I just built Oella out. Uh, kind of a similar build to Oella. In fact, Oella has a similar skill set. Here she does the turn meter fill by 30%, but gives increased resistance. I just built her out today. She's not completed. That I do need to finish her build. I'm just low on silver, but you don't need accuracy on her, so you would go. So this tree is pretty standard right here. In fact, I want to consider now that I see I actually want rapid response. I'm about to Oh crap! Is this gonna have to cost me gems? Yeah. I'll rebuild her in the future, but yeah, I don't care that much about Life Drinker. I want rapid response. So I mean, some of this is from Hell Hades, but I agree with most of it. Lay on Hands. This doesn't matter that much. Is there a better one? It's just you just have to take something because the only healing she does is to herself. Um, in fact, I would probably not take Healing Savior because you don't really need. You're not counting on the heal to herself, but you don't need the accuracy either. So you kind of have to take it. Or no, I mean you could do rapid response and then do Life Drinker. I guess it doesn't matter. Cycle of Magic for sure. You don't need Merciful Aid. So I would do Lore of Steel in that case. In fact, I need to do Lore of Steel on her too. What does this do? Increase the amount of healing and value of shield buffs placed by this champion by 15. I am counting on her healing, but I don't know. Lasting Gifts would be good because you could potentially get an increase on that block debuffs. And then Spirit Haste, you have to take something. It's better than like Kill Streak, for example, which so you have to pick 3, right? In these ones. So it's either going to be because of the path that you're going here and you want to go down the left side, it's either Kill Streak or Spirit Haste. And I don't think you're trying to do damage with her, so it's probably yeah, you would want Spirit Haste. You want her to be faster when everyone dies to revive. So Spirit Haste is good there. And then Wrath of the Slain, again, yeah, that's dead allies. Hopefully no one's dying to get her damage up, so it makes sense to do kind of... I would... For her, I would go into Lore of Steel. In fact, I kind of want to go Lore of Steel on this build as well. This was a very quick build that I did to try Oella out in a clan boss team. And, yeah. Did I get that last Iron Twins done? I did. And what was the other thing I wanted to do? I wanted to come in here and... Oh, yeah. The Forge Pass. Chestplate to level 8. Trying to think of anybody that hasn't been built yet. Oh, yeah, Theodore. HP or defense with speed and accuracy. I may want him in a regen set, so we'll do this. Mind games, did that answer your question? kind of cool stuff in here, actually. And it's in the free section, too, which is really strong. I actually really like this for free to play. I need to talk about that in my next video. Let me block out the visuals for a second here. Not wrong one. And let me get logged into the free to play on here. The main account is mostly just going to do multi-battles. So I kind of want to get on the free to play. I'll turn everything back on here in a second. There we go. You guys want to see something cool? This is the main account. You may have caught it already, but I did manage to pull her. I might need to rebuild her, though. I'm thinking of maybe doing crit rate on the gloves and getting more damage out of her in addition to everything else. But I did get her. I used her in Clan Boss. Did not beat my personal record like I had hoped, but I did do quite a bit of damage with her on Brutal. 79 million, so that's a total of 237 million. And then that frees up my better team on Brutal. Or on Hard, rather. The problem is I need masteries on Oella. Well, I need a lot more than masteries on Oella, to be honest, but in fact, how much silver do I have? I got enough. You know, I wonder. Yeah. No, I wouldn't go that. I'd still go Spirit Haste. I think. I really want turn meter on her and like speed. I need her to be super fast. She is quite slow at 165. But that's because I got her in Relentless gear. I just want to look at all my Relentless gear, including equipped stuff that has speed. Did I look right at it? There it is, okay. Yeah, because I'm actually building her out now. So when I built her before, it was just for faction wars, and now I need to build her out for real. So we need her fast. That's because that's what was causing it to not work, is she was too slow. I'll probably put her in a speed set too. All right, so we've got the filter on. Let's do priority stats speed. What are my fastest pieces? So this is 5 speed faster. I lose too many stats, I think. I lose too much HP. You pulled 4 prism shards and no joke. First 2 were Legos, both were Strategos though. Yeah, there's no man. So in the real game, with real shards like sacreds and ancients, etc., you can't pull back-to-back champions, but with the prisms you can. I will say though, you get to fill out your faction guardians. So I'll show you guys my faction guardians on this account in a second. All right, so we do lose some stats here. I don't care about the accuracy. I'm actually going to change her banner to resistance. Hey, what's up, Greenlight? How you doing? We're just rebuilding my Oella here. I may have to sell some stuff to get some silver, but I think we're okay for now. Okay, so this one, it's speed 12 plus 4. So this one is speed 11 with more stats. Yeah, so we're going to keep this one, but we'll enchant, and that'll even out the speed a bit. I'm not going to use a big boy. Plus 3. We got a couple of these. Hey, there we go. Got a plus 5 right out the gate. Love it. And then HP percent, I'm going to use a small guy on. I'm not really going to go all out here. I'll use one of these guys, though. Give me something better than 225. Hey. All right. We don't care about the attack. I'm not going to spend the gems right now. But that upgraded the one that she's got equipped. So she has the fastest relentless weapon. This is the fastest relentless help. What kind of stats am I losing? HP percent, 1 roll. But it's 16 speed. Ooh, that's a low silver. We'll equip this for sure. But I may have to get more silver. You're working on your clan boss team for Ultra Nightmare. I can make it to turn 50 and do 28 million damage. How can I boost my damage? I use Emic, Newt, Mithrala, Doom Priest, and Painkeeper. This is a great question. It's going to take time. I don't know the speeds that you're working with, right? But I'm going to show you my clan boss team. This is a great question. There's another question that I needed to... Oh, Strategos. Let me do this real quick because I said I would. My faction guardians. There's my 2 Strategos in there, but then look at my skinwalkers. I had 4 Snick Tracks and then a 5th one that's not used. And then for my Knights Revenant, 2 Teodors and another one that's not used. So I built out my faction crypts really well during this Prism Shard event. So, okay, back to your question. So we're talking clan boss, right? So you've hit your targeted speeds. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that everyone is built to their potential. So I don't know what your Newt is built at, right? But, you know, you want him crit capped, of course. Then you want as much crit damage as you can get. What's really important to remember is that while he is defensive-based damage, crit damage is actually more important than defense. Yeah, that's fine, Greenlight. But another thing you can do, like my damage dealer, is Farrakhan the Fat in my unkillable team, right? Now he needs speed boots, but that's only 40 speed. If I had better gear, or say like attack boots with a substat of speed, right? Like these could potentially be better. They wouldn't be because I need the crit rate, but for a good example would be my Fushan. So he has attack percent boots. Let me see if my thing works. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Yeah, give me a second. Um, but to get more damage out of the composition, the speed requirements for my damage dealer is low, right? He's only 189 speed, and I say only because that's compared to for my team, Demitha is 290 speed, and then my Eris is 261 speed. So eventually you'll start rotating gear out because your speeds will be easier. You'll be able to switch gear in that will help you do more damage. You'll also gain things like blessings that will make a difference. Let me reread your team. So you have Emic, Newt, Mithrala, Doom Priest, and Painkeeper. So Newt's all of your damage, but you don't have a decreased defense champion. Unless Painkeeper is one. No. I know why Painkeeper is in there, though. So, yeah, I had the same problem. When you first build your unkillable team, it'll take a little bit to up the damage output. So, as your Newt gets stronger via better gear, right? Like, you may not be able to have him in crit damage gloves at the moment. As you get more opportunity, you'll get more damage out of him. Speaking of, girl, we gotta get your gear upgraded. Come on, crit damage. Hey, let's go. I just woke up my wife with that one. Well, wait, how do I just ascend? Oh, it's right here. Okay. I can take it to level 6? Oh, let's go, dude. Bro, she's so good. She's so strong. But that's an example, right? So as you start to get better upgrades and better gear in general, you'll be able to hit those speed targets easier potentially, which would free you up to put other gear in other places. Like where's my seeker? So Seeker only needs to be 183 speed, and he's got 40 of that speed coming in boots, right? So you'll notice that a lot of his gear doesn't have speed on it. He's got 3 pieces of gear with speed, and they don't even have, one of them doesn't even have a roll, and none of them are enchanted either. So if I was looking for a way to put attack boots on him with the same amount of crit rate and crit damage, give or take 3, because he's at 102, or give or take 2, because he's at 102, that would really up my damage, right? So that's kind of the way that you could go about it. Furthermore, I am constantly upgrading their blessings. So if we take a look at my wish list, Seeker is on there, right? Because he's my he's one of my clan boss characters. I should have Fushan in here, but these champions are kind of more important to my account right now because my clan boss team does the damage it needs. But eventually you will kind of build that stuff up. All right, so let's take a look. We're looking at Newt here. So your target speed is 170. That's pretty achievable. Crit rate is 109%.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Thank you. Oh, I can't read it. Almost. I missed it. Sorry. My thing will update here in a second, but thank you for the subscription. Yeah, I see. I'm reading them right now. All right, so your Newt is target speed is 170. You've got 109% crit rate, 178% crit damage. I would recommend, if possible, bringing your crit rate down a little bit, getting closer to 100, and bringing your crit damage up. I will also point out you've got the 10% affinity bonuses. You've actually got better from the affinity bonus there, and your artifacts are giving you 110. I have 164. My guess, without being able to see the individual gear, is that you're likely using crit rate gloves and getting crit damage everywhere else. Once you make that switch to crit damage gloves, or you get crit damage amulet, for example, here, that'll make a difference. Also, once you start ascending gear, that's going to get you more damage as well. But your Newt is built out pretty well. Wait. Accuracy. Okay. Whew, sorry. The way it lined up, because my face is covering some of this, is I couldn't tell that was accuracy. I thought he had like a ton of resist for some reason. All right, so that looks good. Sorry, you gave me Newt twice. Okay. Emic. So your speed target for Emic is 176. Get Emic in some crit rate gloves, dog. Okay. Here's the secret. Here's the biggest secret when it comes to your clan boss unkillable team. You need to build that to be a clan boss unkillable team, and that's it. A classic mistake, and it's the hardest thing to do, and that's why my damage dealer on my unkillable team is a Farrakhan the Fat and not a legendary. Because for a long time it was Mishinaki. But the problem was Mishinaki was too slow to be effective anywhere else. So what you're going to want to do, like my recommendation, is these 5 champions, don't worry about HP gloves or defense gloves, right? Don't worry about HP percent on a helmet or defense percent. They're not going to die, okay? It's not going to happen. It's an unkillable team. As long as you hit your speed requirements and the tune stays the same, everything else you need to get damage out of them. So you don't care about survivability. So normally on an Emic, for example, my Emic has HP gloves, right? But in your case, well, HP gloves are still fine, but in your case, you want crit rate because you want extra damage out of him, provided you have crit rate gloves. What's up, Walker? No, Newt. Oh, well, yes and no. If you take out Newt, that will be good moving forward on your account because Newt will carry you through content, and you want him fast. You saw my Newt was much faster. Uh, my Newt is 244 speed, right? If you're keeping him as a clan boss killer, that will hold you back. So Fane is definitely an example. But if we go back to Emic, right? My Emic is in HP gloves. Your focus is speed and then damage. Now he does do damage based on HP, right? But if you wanted him to do more damage, you would put crit rate gloves on him. If you could make it work, crit damage gloves, but that may make it harder to hit your speed target and or you may not have the gear for it yet. So that's your future goal. Crit damage gloves, crit rate and speed on everything else, and HP for the base stats, right? Because you want to squeeze that damage out of your team. This is more so for your slow champions, right? Let's look at Mithrala now. So Mithrala, of course, she has high accuracy and resistance. Speed is 250 for Mithrala. And again, this is the same thing where you want to squeeze that extra damage out of her. Most of her damage does come from poisons. But if you're able to get extra damage from crit rate gloves, where she crits every time she hits, it's not a lot, but we have 50 turns to deal with. I also don't know your masteries, but I am going to assume that you have War Master on every single one of these champions, with Newt having the other one, the Giant Slayer. Doom Priest. So yeah, same thing for Doom Priest. If you can make it work with crit rate gloves to get that extra damage out of them, I would do it. She's never gonna hit very hard, I don't feel like. Um, she's just there to cleanse, of course, but yeah. And then for Painkeeper, it's kind of the same thing. Now, Painkeeper speed, these are really easy in quotation speeds, but um so priority number one. I'm gonna bring up my Fushan to kind of summarize this answer better, right? All right. If I was building a Fushan for my speed for my team, I need 189 speed is my goal. And I can't hit it without speed boots. Okay, we keep speed boots on him, right? Then I start getting better gear. I start getting more usable gear. And I start swapping stuff out. My speed went down, so now I can put it, and I had him in crit rate gloves, right, at the time, right? Which I have him, as you can see, yeah, crit rate gloves here. I want those to be crit damage gloves. In fact, I've got 5% of, so for me, I have him in attack boots. If I had a helmet with like, crit rate and only one speed roll, right? There's crit rate, crit damage. Again, so here we have attack percent. We've got some crit damage. But if I had one that like, I don't need the accuracy or the HP. I don't need any of the stuff on this, right? I do like that it rolled the attack percent though, so I probably wouldn't change that. But my point is that you can start subbing stuff out. So for me, I put him in attack percent boots because his speed was low and I hit my goal. But I still have him in crit rate gloves. I would love to see these become crit damage gloves. But that's 55% crit rate that I would need to make up. So I would need to replace a lot of this gear with stuff that has crit rate rolled on it and crit damage and attack percent and speed because I'm running the attack boots. So it's a harder thing to do, but over time, you can get there for sure. Another thing I could do too to make up some of the speed that I might lose would be, finding it in a speed set or something. So it just takes time. You slowly tweak one thing here and there and kind of build it up. But my first thing would be to make the speeds work with crit rate gloves. So most of my champions in my unkillable team, we saw Fushan, crit rate gloves. We've got everybody else is in epic, so I'll come down here. Demitha's in HP gloves. And I think that's because I didn't have crit rate gloves at the time that were perception and had the right speed. The problem is Demitha's speed target is so high at 290. And I say so high. At the time for my account, that was ridiculous. When I built her the original time. So these were the best gloves to work on her. But yeah, if I could get these to be crit rate gloves, I probably won't get 100% crit rate, but it would be better than the 38% that she's currently at, which would give me more damage. If I needed to squeeze out that extra damage. Next person in the unkillable, we have Seeker. So crit rate gloves, again, if I could turn those into crit damage gloves, that would be the next goal, as well as potentially bringing in attack percentage boots to where he would hit harder. Likewise with Farrakhan. So Farrakhan, I can actually pull off the crit damage gloves, which is good. But he's in speed boots. If I could find a way to get this gear to make up for another 40 speed, which likely I could do if I found a better banner. And I'll say this too, the accuracy requirements are kind of lower, so you might want to build the banner. I might want to consider an attack banner in this scenario more so than the accuracy banner he's currently wearing. I think he has too much accuracy for Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Demitha is incredible. Newer account and pulled her within first 2 weeks. Congratulations. And even when you can't build an unkillable team, she's a beast. Absolutely she is. She's actually one of my favorite healers in the game. There are several scenarios where I use her and I don't use her block damage buff. I actually just use her for a mini cleanse and the healing that comes with it. I've done that on multiple occasions. Demitha is a monster of a champion. And it's really nice. It's really fun to have a Demitha that's 290 speed. She's only that fast because of Clan Boss, but when I bring her in to content, it's like, oh yeah, I forget. She goes before everybody else. She's faster than my Arbiter, guys. Like, look, where's my Arbiter? There she is. So my Arbiter is 287 speed. My Demitha is 3 speed faster than my Arbiter. So I hope that answered your question, Greenlight. I kind of hope that cleared things up. So it's not gonna it may not be like a massive increase that's gonna come over time, but you want to make sure that you're squeezing every little bit of damage out of every possible character. I would recommend, if you can, freeing up Newt. So I do have one member of my clan who does Ultra Nightmare with Newt, but this is a killable team. So their Newt can be as fast and capable as they want. For an unkillable team like mine, you'll see like I only use one legendary, and that's because he's really only he's a great champion. I don't want to take anything away from Fushan, but his speed aura makes him great, and he can do this with an all epic and one rare team. And again, I don't have a key right now to kind of actually. You know what? I'm so low on gems, but I don't want to wait an hour. I don't. I don't think I have any saved up. I think I've been spending them. Yeah. Nah. I really want to show you, like, you'd be surprised at who does the most damage in my clan boss team. Screw it. Alright. Okay, so here are the numbers. So you see right here, Eris does 19 million, right? She's not that far behind a legendary in Fushan. And then Farrakhan and Seeker. So Farrakhan's right there, just a little under Eris's damage, with Seeker doing 11 million. Oh man, I would hate to be waiting on just Seeker. Like that's the worst. Is what you know. It makes sense when you're waiting on the legendary, right? But when you're waiting on that epic, it's just it's so much harder because you just want to pull so bad for that epic. And there's so many more epics. Like there's like yeah. I wish you luck, sir. I do. I hope you get that Seeker because he is amazing. Um, Yeah, well, so my point though isn't necessarily that you need the Mytha and Seeker, which I'm sure you understood that part, but um, I wanted to point out how much damage my Eris does. Now, you would assume that Eris wouldn't, but I do squeeze extra damage out of her, and this is another thing you could do to squeeze extra damage out of your team if possible. Again, you want to hit your speed targets. But those speeds are pretty achievable, and if you have a good amount of toxic set, you can do what I did. Now, don't get me wrong, she does have a 6-star blessing, so grain of salt, right? But you'll see that she is hitting her 261 speed requirement in toxic gear with attack percent on the chest. I could likely find, in fact, let's look at my toxic gear real quick, huh? Let's look at toxic gloves. Crit damage. I was looking to see if I had crit rate toxic gloves and with speed. So I don't. So these are still the best gloves for her. Because I have to have that speed, right? And I want the toxic set. But toxic on a rare champion, who, by the way, is not crit capped at all, she does just as much damage. I'm going to look at the camera because I guess she does just as much damage as my guy that's in there, Farrakhan. That's my damage dealer. He's in there just to do damage, and she does as much as him. That's how good toxic set is. Now, it's better on Eris because of her counterattacks that she gets every time Clan Boss takes a turn. A couple of things to remember, too. What are the required champions? I always see Demitha, Eris, and Seeker, but the fourth champ can be multiple. You're right, Walker. I'll talk about that in a second, okay? Got my Seeker and Maneater. Something tells me this is going to be where the RNG gets me. I don't know what that means. So, if they're not crit capped, if you can't pull off crit cap, then make sure you're buffing their primary stat instead of crit damage on the necklace, right? If they're not crit capped, crit damage necklace doesn't mean jack. And then, of course, for the ring, you want primary stat always with primary substat percentage. And then she's only wearing this banner to hit that speed target. But if I had a better banner, now she needs it, so I would need speed to hit here. This one would be better. I think I can do 12. Ooh, that took a lot of silver. Yeah, great. That's actually great rolls for anybody else. But for Eris, she needs 16 speed off of, or she needs 22 speed off of the banner, and that's a max roll. So that's a hard replacement to make happen. Like you'll see, I tried here, but 13 isn't enough because I can, the most I can roll if I was to enchant it, it had to be 6-star. So most I can do is 5, and that won't cut it. Yeah, you'll eventually get Painkeeper then. Crazy. Casual triple attack. Look, listen, man. but look at who we're talking about, right? We want speed right now. Yours works with 258 speed. Who's your team, Janeway? Yeah, because you use you use Deacon. That's different. Mine, that's why yours does less damage. Mine uses Fushan. I don't get the turn meter from Deacon. That's why your speeds are lower, but my damage is easier to achieve because Fushan is a cheat code on Clan Boss. I don't know if you saw, I just did a run, and the speeds are higher, but the output is better because Fushan can hit like a truck. I don't know if you know how much you know about Fushan's abilities. So Fushan has a really, really cool ability on his A1. I actually turn off his A2 for this fight. On the A1, he has a 25% chance of placing an extra hit. Not an extra attack, an extra hit. So that means that this hits, and every hit has a 25% chance to have an extra hit, meaning he can hit once, roll 25%, hit twice, roll 25%, hit 3 times, roll 25%, hit 4. Like it can keep going. I think the most I've heard of is like 9 hits or something like. By the way, that's hyperbole, conjecture. I don't know which the right term is, but Saf has a whole build to kill Amius using a crazily built Fushan with ally attackers, and you just have to get lucky. So, yeah, Fushan is a very niche, but he brings a bigger aura than Deacon Armstrong. However, he doesn't bring the turn meter fill that Deacon does, so the speeds are a little bit higher with Fushan's build, but the damage output is greater, and that's why if we look at my damage, it's a little under 100 a key. It's about, I think, 90 million a key. I think we did 90 million just a second ago, which obviously is more than enough, right? So, yeah, I still love, the casual triple attack. Okay, let's now create, who was it? Walter was asking about the required champions. So, well, great news is that we have 2 teams here that use all 4 of those champions that you mentioned. So, Eris, Seeker, Demitha, and then the 4th one, there's a Fushan one, right? And then there's a Deacon one. As I mentioned, the Deacon speeds are lower than the Fushan teams, but the Fushan teams do more damage. The Deacon team is easier to achieve because you can get a Deacon guaranteed from the start, and you can farm an Eris from campaign. So then all you need are a Seeker and a Demitha. Once you have those 2, the team is then completed with the Deacon, and you just have to hit the right speeds, and then it's a matter of min-maxing to get more damage output of the team. Eventually, you'll get to a point. So, Chainway, I would pose this question for you then. Regarding your team, find a way to get Eris in toxic gear if you can hit the speeds. If your speeds are lower and you can accomplish it in toxic gear, I would recommend doing that for the Eris specifically, because all those little mini poisons that she puts on add up, and she takes a ton of counterattacks. And she also, because all she does if you in her kit is the speed boost and then the counterattacks, right? Oops, I went by her. Sorry. Skills. Yeah. So she only has the single attack. So, and this is on a 3-turn cooldown. So she's attacking twice and counterattacking once, and each time has a 75% chance for a baby poison. Okay, yes, you do have her in toxic. Okay, cool. Yeah, and her chest is HP. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Like, if I could make these gauntlets... Oh, why don't we try attack percent? Right? We looked... Attack percent... Gloves... Doesn't exist because I'm dumb and deleted a bunch of shit. So... But I gotta keep an eye out for better toxic gear if I can. Yeah, yeah, Dragon is where, if we look at my other account... Oh, it's done. I used up all my multi-battles, which I'm about to pop more. I hate that at these lower levels you can get mystery shards. I hate it so much. Before I go back in, I need to get my dailies done on this account too. So this is... This is the free-to-play challenge account. So let's do some... Oh. Let's pull for a Rector Draft. Let's go. Some food. Alright, level some... I need a level 1 in the thingy. He's food, so I'll put a... I don't have a brew. Let me find somebody that's worth putting a brew into. There we go. Okay. Alright, campaign boss 3 times. Who's the... Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Okay. Food. No, we need to level up some... I don't have any 2 stars. There we go. I need to open up some mystery shards. You have her crit cap. She's almost at 99%, but barely any crit damage. Yeah, but see, that's okay, though. Because she's still doing, by default, like 30% more crit damage. And you'll find that crit damage elsewhere, including from the Great Hall, right? That's the other thing that I didn't mention. The green light is you're also going to get more damage as you level up your Great Hall as well. Am I really considering keeping these? No. I can't consistently kill Mortu Macabre, so I'm not going to farm there. I'm going to farm here and hope that I get Templar. 3 Painkeeper, 2 Demithas, just pulled a Seeker. Congrats. Do you have Deacon? If you have Demitha and you have Seeker, you can farm an Eris, and if you have Deacon, you, sir, have an unkillable team already. You just need to get the speeds. I should have considered that in the free-to-play challenge. Like, I thought that a killable team would be the way to go because I'm banking on really low chances to get Demitha. But if I'm YOLOing shards, right? And deliberately not going for legendaries, it increases my chances of potentially getting that Demitha. But, you know, pulling one within 90 days is hard. Allure is one of the best progression epic champs because she can use turn meter control to lock out so much early PvE content. Yes and no. Because of the way it works, it's less consistent against Ice Golem. It's great against Fire Knight, obviously. Okay. Let's do some arena. It's good against bosses that need to be turn meter controlled in Doom Tower. I'll say that. But there aren't that many other bosses that can be turn meter controlled in the early game. Because it's a random attack. It hit it for 3 targets randomly. So you can't even control Spider with a lure because you'll hit the Spiderlings. So it's just inconsistent. Not knocking her. I love her. I mean, we got her on the other free-to-play, which I want to make sure I got my dailies done on this. I didn't. Okay. What do I need to do? Champions, campaign battles. Okay, so champions. And then I need to do dragon on this account too. Okay. Okay, 7 campaign battles. That's fine. Artifact upgrades. Oh, let's look at what I need to upgrade. I gotta make sure I'm doing these too. The Forge Pass. Magic champions and campaign battles 10 times. Okay. A weapon to level 8. Let's find a weapon to level 8. Yeah, you can target the first attack, of course, but the rest are random. Her turn meter control is only like 15%, or is it 15 or what? I got it right here. 25% for each hit. So I suppose that's on par, right? 5% less than what you get out of Armiger. So yeah. I suppose it's not bad. I am being a little critical of her, trying to bring her down a peg so people don't hate me as much. All right. A weapon. So Rathalos is built. Okay. So Seer isn't built yet. And I need to do a weapon. Seer, hello. There you are. All right, a weapon. We want crit rate and crit damage. and one that is not leveled to 8 yet. Boo. I guess we need accuracy too, though. I gotta make sure I'm smart about that. Okay. Magic levels of champions in campaign battles 10 times. Okay. Let's go back to arena. All right, main account. I'm doing campaign. Two ox. Wait, is there not another 5-star? No, he's already in it. No. Yeah, Ryan Blade. We want Neldor getting leveled up, so I can get him to 6 stars. He'll be easier for me to build. I actually have books for him. I don't have books for any of my legendaries. Really unlucky in that regard. Again, guys, save your judgment. If you know how I got all these epics, just you saw nothing. Oh, I wanted to check. I don't think she gained any levels there that count. Okay. I mean, I need to do this anyways, so... Wait. No, this is a free-to-play. I know, right? That's Seer? Oh, guys, today, I think I mentioned it in my video. You probably haven't, a lot of you haven't seen it yet, but um, I was gonna go get a haircut finally, and it was scheduled. I scheduled it yesterday, and like an hour before I was gonna go get it cut, my wife's car got a flat tire, so I had to go swap that out and had to cancel my haircut appointment, and I'm sad about it. My hair is way too long around the ears. Like, it looks fine on camera, but like this is too much. Oh yeah, you really can't see it on the camera, but annoys the crap out of me. So I've had a day. Oh, it's already midnight. I'm gonna get stuff done that I need to get done, and then I might have to call it. Dude, it was bad. She had a gouge. I mean, she hit like a giant chunk of metal. It either fell off of a vehicle or something. But it messed her tire up. Oh, I don't have the Forge Pass yet. That sucks. Alright. Well, I guess back to... So, I guess I upgrade some gear and then go back to farming. Dude, I love that it's only 2,000 points on this account, though. Okay. So, upgrade a piece of gear to 4. Alright, what would I want to upgrade on this account? Speed boots. Do I have any speed boots that are worthwhile? Oh, I got some crit rate on them. What is my... Do I have any 6-star? No. Do I have any 5-star gear? Okay. Hello. I wish you had a speed substat. That would make you nice. This makes you... This is nice. I like that you have a speed substat. Speed! Oh. Defense isn't bad. I'm gonna knock this out and get the extra energy. Maybe not? Nope. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Boarhead? How you doing? Alright, quests on the challenge account are done. How many multi-battles do I have on the account left? 14. Okay. Give me a second to figure something out here. Oh, you're not gonna let me do it, are you? I think it's gonna break when I'm tabbed into this screen. Alright, that was my 7. Oh no, I just used up all my energy. I was just telling chat Boarhead about my day where my wife's car broke down. Or, sorry, got a flat tire. So I had to go deal with that earlier today. Okay, this is the main account. On the main account, I need to farm. Do I have anybody ready to upgrade? Yep, this 2-Ock can be upgraded. She's fine. I just had to go. We were supposed to have a tow truck come, but they couldn't get one out till tomorrow for some reason, so she may be switching our insurance. All right. I need energy. Why is this chickens and not energy? I are mad. Okay. We go to... It's not much, but I'll take a little bit of energy here. Because I need to spend, and I've already bought the shards. So, my account has secretly, or not secretly, but quietly been getting very close to Gold 1 on Tag Team Arena, which is incredibly hard. You'll notice, though, I lost all of my... We did it during the last Clan B Clan, Janeway, because we all got those extra keys. That's the big kicker. We'll get back to it. I mean, so the problem, obviously, I wasn't on, right? Normally, I use 3 keys in Nightmare and 1 key, or sorry, 3 keys in Ultra Nightmare and 1 key in Nightmare. So part of the problem is some people, like, and I'm not knocking on him, right? I would almost argue this for you too, Janeway, right? So you're what? A 2 key on Ultra Nightmare? So you had 1 key in Ultra Nightmare, 1 key in Nightmare, 1 key in Brutal. I assume key number 4 is in Ultra Nightmare, right? Why not 3 keys Ultra Nightmare, 1 key Nightmare? Are you losing that much if you don't do Brutal? No, don't move all 4. No. No matter what the situation is, guys, you always put 1 key into Nightmare. You never... No. I don't care. Don't give me the I don't mind. I will get mad at you for not putting 1 key into Nightmare because you're giving up on a Sacred Shard. A potential Sacred Shard. 2 chances because we kill Nightmare every time. You're giving up 2 potential chances for a Sacred Shard just for 2 potential chances at a Sacred Shard. So at least 3 in Ultra Nightmare, 1 or at least 1 in Nightmare, the rest in Ultra Nightmare, right? But the same can be said for Bonk. So and I'm not knocking him, but that's 132 more million damage in Ultra Nightmare if Bonk didn't do Brutal. Now, I think Bonk's thought process is by doing Brutal, he's helping the clan get more rewards. But at 361 million, I think we have enough damage in Brutal. I don't know for sure. So that's a factor. Once we get these guys doing better, I need to work with Kill Switch more. I think he probably has a better team existing somewhere. Yeah, exactly, Janeway. So, Boarhead, when it comes to speed tuning, I'm happy to give you a hand. I don't know that you need an account takeover for that. What is your current team? It's so hard. I'm not good. Yeah, Clan Boss is tough. You have a good team. I don't know how. I've never used a killable team. What is the +2 for Rathalos? Black Knights. That's fair. I don't think Black Knight's especially all that good. I will say this. A lot of people debate, though, about Faction Guardians over +1 and +2 of a champion. So that's worth keeping in mind. It is Peaceful Prince. So, again, Savage, Lethal, all of that type of stuff. No, I get it, Boarhead. I'm not mad. I was just... It's a debate that's worth having, but I'd probably +2 the Rathalos there as well. So, okay, hold on. I'm falling behind. First, let me finish what I was saying to Boarhead about speed tuning. So, the first thing that you want to do is get familiar with the calculator from Deadwood Jedi. So I'm just picking a random one here to show you how a calculator works. Oh, I should probably log in first. Okay. So now this is a pre-built thing, but you'll see they have Demitha going last. So if you were doing it with, say, Taragi, these speeds are going to be completely different the moment that I put in Taragi, but just as an example, right? So you want Taragi to go before the clan boss does, but not just to go, but to also have his ally protect out. Right? Like right here, the team would all get hit and ally protect might not be on the team. Or his ally protect runs out. So you'd actually want him to be a little bit slower, I guess. But see, now the Demitha wouldn't have ally protect. Anyways, this is what you can use to kind of play with it. It's not an easy tool to use. Well, it is. It is once you figure it out, but it has a bit of a learning curve. So a heads up on that. But see, I don't know that if that's the right way to do it or not. How long does his ally protect last? I have him, but it'd be easier to do this. Ally protection on all champions. It's a 3-turn cooldown, and it's for 2 turns. So you need him on a 2-to-1 ratio, right? Then it would always be up. But you also need everyone else to be around that particular speed, so that they don't outrun their ally protect, right? If you have somebody that's too fast and they take 3 turns, or in a rotation, then they lose their ally protect buff, and then they take full damage and die. So that's where you want to. That's kind of what you want to keep in mind for speed tuning. But the other person I would reach out to, as well, regarding an unkillable team, or sorry, regarding a killable team with ally protect, would be Bonk, because he runs a killable team right here. You can see this killable team is nuts to me Oh no, he does Ally Protect too. So he has Ally Protect from Kyoko, and he has Ally Protect from Korrigar Deathbell. So both of these are Ally Protect teams. These are both. I don't think Mards is one key. If he did 119 on 2 keys, it's 120. That's about 60 million a key. So he's almost there on a 1 key. That could just be RNG as well. But I would reach out to them in the Discord and say, "Hey, what do I need to do to get a killable?" Did it not reset? So Demitha Seeker, but do you have a Fushan or a Deacon Armstrong? Yeah. And I do think that Bonk is willing to move his key to Ultra Nightmare. Um and Mards has another key yet to use too. I think he has 2 keys yet to use. So Mards is going to do one into Nightmare and then another one into Ultra Nightmare. It was like 420 before. What is Boarhead yelling no? Oh, you don't have Deacon Armstrong. Yeah, so sorry, my wife woke up. I was confused. Um the reason I mentioned those characters is because I know it works with them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you count another key from Mards, that's another 60, right? Rocky Balnoa. Hasn't done 2 keys in so he still has 2 keys left, right? Dreamer did 2 keys on Ultra Nightmare, and then I would assume what happened there? That sucks. I bet you the unkillable failed. That's the other thing too. There is some RNG here. My unkillable teams are not 100%. My unkillable team fails. I'd say it's like maybe 90% of the time it works. All right. So sometimes I only do 30 million or 50 million, somewhere in that range. It depends on what turn it fails on. Sometimes it fails on like turn 7. That's a good question. Amari something, right? He probably used his keys already today. Did he already quit? Hold up. No, okay. I just missed it. Amen. Amen right here. Ask him in the Discord because he hasn't used any keys in the clan yet. I don't know who quit. I got scared because of the spot being opened. I don't know who quit today, or yesterday or whenever they quit. But we had an open spot that I didn't know we had, so it just opened up, and I don't know who we lost, but uh, I didn't realize we had lost anybody until I had an application. Somebody applied for the clan, and I was like, oh, well, okay. I don't know we lost anybody, so there's no harm in me adding this person. They were gold too, so that was good enough. Did he really? You're kidding me. Did he say anything? Hey, what's up, Cole McKee? Hey, what's up, Dread? I'm having a decent night. He left the Discord too. I'd message him and see what happened, but you know, if he wanted to tell me, he would have told me. So I'm not gonna, you know, if he left the Discord, then I'm not gonna like invade and bother him about it. But that sucks. Who's on right now? Is anybody? I'm just now hearing about this. I get it though, right? I just went through it. I just prefer like if any I like it when people leave and they say something to me and you know I feel I don't want it to be my fault, right? I don't want it to be like, oh God, Roadblock had a breakdown, he's gonna quit the game, I'm gonna find a new clan, you know what I mean? Like I don't want it to be my fault. I don't want to alienate somebody. All right, who else of these? He's been a staple of the clan for a really long time too. It happens. Turnover happens. Okay. Focus back up. Let's go. All right. I need... Oh, let me see if RSL Helper is still doing its thing. Oh, it does work, even though I'm not on that screen. That's cool. This isn't the one that RSL Helper is doing, by the way. Alright, so we got that 300 energy. I just don't know if any of these are, like, worthy of keeping for the City of Centranos. I have not... I stopped doing City of Centranos, and that's... It's a great area. I want to keep doing it, but I am focusing on other areas. I'm focusing on other stuff, so I'm putting off City of Centranos. But I do want to level champions that would be good for it later on, so... I mean, I could level Basher, but, like, not as food, right? Just level him as someone to build later. I don't think I'm ever gonna... I can't say ever, right? Ultimate Gaelic may be somebody I have to use. Because of the new difficulty. That's the other thing, too. It's not just about knowing that it wasn't my fault. It's also about knowing that they're okay. That's a very good point, Dread. Do I want to do Deliana? Block buffs and a heal. The debuff spread is interesting, but obviously the leech is really good too. I'm really struggling for my second clan Hydra team. That's why I leveled Oella. But I need books for her and for the archer. I want this cooldown so bad. I'm out of books. Alright, I guess it's just farming more. Oh, I'm out of multi-battles. Oh, but I have to have a bunch saved, right? No. Okay, well, let's do... Alright. Yeah. Run effective resources, set food. Sorry, guys, bear with me a moment. All right. So those are both running. So now I'm getting quests done on this account with one more campaign battle to go. All right. I really, 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 really want to be able to forge this set. So we got to get, and the fact that we get accessories along the way is really, really good. Most importantly, we need to get the free to play account leveled up to 40 so we can do these things. All right. So for the free to play account, because I'm probably gonna I'm about to set multi battles for every account, so I'm probably gonna call it a night here in a second. Um, even if it's because I can't forge a lot of stuff on the account that's 5 to 6 star, right? Even if it's just 5 to 6 star stuff, it's stat sticks, right? Like that's the and but here's what I love about it. Here's what I love about the set. I don't think I have a single piece yet, right? God, I wish I could have like a piece to look at it to get like more. Um, because you keep like if you think outside the box about it a little bit, like one piece of the set, right? It has one piece of the set has a free 5% roll. Oh, you know, I can just look this up. Hold up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Nope, that didn't do it. That doesn't clear it up. Ah, there it is. Okay, I got it. Okay, this is what I was looking for. So, uh, one piece is 5% crit rate. So, you now have a ring that exists in the game that can get you 5% crit rate. No other ring does that. You now have an amulet that can give you an additional 15% crit rate. Or even a banner. Right? So when you're trying to build those champions out, just thinking about it in terms of the extra crit rate and crit damage. Well, amulet already gives you crit damage, sorry. You now have a ring that could give you an additional crit damage, or a banner that could give you additional crit damage. I thought that was crit rate. I'm dumb. Right? If you just think about it in terms of extra stats, I think that's like a really cool way to think about it. That's how I like to think about like the other gear. Um Stone skin and protection gear, right? Like this is an extra 8% HP. So it, like, just imagine it has a free substat that isn't shown. You know what I mean? That's how I like to think about those pieces. Um I like to look at them as an individual piece, and I think there's some potential power in that thought. You can the fact that you can get like, oh, you're short crit rate on this one champion, just put one of the Rathalos rings on him, and now you have your crit rate. Obviously, if you complete the set, that's great too. I'm not knocking the whole set. But that's hard to do, of course. Especially if the only way to get rings is from the Forge Pass. You do have to get quite lucky to have 3 of the accessories on the same faction. And then you might have to go with bad stats, which is not fun. Okay. This account, I'm doing the Dragon Turn Attack tournament to try and get the crystals and to get the speed gear, right? So we're going to farm that on stage 20. I don't care about the XP boost right now because I'm not leveling champions right now. I'm farming gear. I want to use more of my multi-battles here. So I think I'll use 1 set of multi-battles. Theoretically, the points usually break down to 1 energy per... 1 point per energy. So let's pop a couple of these. And we'll do a clean 3,000. There we go. Okay. Now, how much is a run? 12 energy, right? Because we can't, yeah. So 16 energy on stage 20, which is my better turns. All right, so 187 runs. So what I'm gonna do, I could use RSL Helper for this, but I would rather just do multi-battles for this one. And that should be 200 multi-battles, right? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to set this up. I have my filter on. No flat stats. Okay. And there we go. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call that a stream. We've got all 3 accounts running. This one ran out of energy already. But you're supposed to run oh, I told it to run effective resources. So I'm out of resources. I'm going to use all my gems. Is Elatrion worth it? Alatreon? I bet you I have a ton of artifacts in my... Yeah. Oops. Okay. Cheesed that. This is why you pay attention, guys. I just sold all the blue gear on my account, which included lethal gear. So I sold any piece of blue gear that was merciless or supersonic or lethal. Fun. It's fine. To be honest, I was never using any of that gear anyways. It's just one of those things you tell yourself, well, what if I need to make a lethal set work and I have to use a blue piece? All right. I want to do dungeons. No, I don't. Sorry, I want to do campaign. I don't think I have enough gems to pull this off. Because I'm out of brews. Like, look at that. I'm running out of epics now, too. I mean, I know it looks like a lot, but... So I'm at 23,000 points. I need... Oh my god. I don't know. I mean, these guys are almost fully leveled, right? So that makes a difference. Because I'm about to get a lot of my food going. So... Auto refill, auto sell, artifacts. Run infinitely. I have food set, right? My food is still set. Yep. Yep. Okay. 27 food champs should be enough. Let's go. All right. All 3 accounts are up and running. I'm going to stop the stream here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm tired, but something. Sign up for a membership on YouTube. That's the... All jokes aside, it is the best way to support the channel if you're able to become a member. That does helps me get more content out there, deal with more. I am not selling any of the No, I am selling that stuff. Okay. Right? I told it to auto sell. Yeah, auto sell artifacts. What are my sell settings? It's probably not selling. That's fine. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Next stream Saturday night, I think, but it might be Overwatch. Because that's usually when I try to play Overwatch with my friends. So, I know that may not be what everybody here wants to watch. So, but I may do some raid before I go play Overwatch. So we'll stay tuned for that. Especially it'll be the weekend too, so there's going to be a lot of shard pulling and stuff. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Had a lot of fun tonight.